Hello, hello, hello. Well, we're back. Another live stream, another adventure to write, another adventure to make. And today we're going to be talking about the Age of Sigmar. No, actually, we're not. I just wanted to use the image because it's essentially what we're trying to deal with is take a fantasy setting and put something else with it. We're going to talk about castles, fortresses. I think that's the theme today, and we've been doing a lot of stuff around this. We have done the castle or fortress as a home base. We've done the castle or fortress as a ruined location, and we've done the castle or fortress as a siege location. But now it's time to infiltrate. We need to force our way in, see if we can have our way, complete a mission or quest. That is the intention for today. So I would normally put up a poll, and I haven't done so because I'm behind a little bit disorganized. But anyway, we're going to get straight into this and grab some food, some drink, make sure you're comfortable, and we will get going, shall we? Hi, welcome to How to RPG. My name is Fred Wheeler, and today I want to talk about writing, making, creating your own adventures, and the castle, the fortress is a great location. You can siege it, you can turn it into a ruin, you can use it as a home base, you can infiltrate it, and that is what we're going to do today. And I've prepared a pre-made map so that you can have some structure around this. I'm going to share that in a second. Pardon me. I really apologise. I cannot help myself. The gas is a product of things. I can just say that I have issues. Anyway, so this is the map that I prepared. I've put it up onto my Discord so that you can access it there. So if you are interested, you can do so. My intentions are to try to work through this fairly quickly. This is a large map, okay? It has probably too many locations, 28 locations, of which 5 of those locations from 15 to 20 are actually just prison cells. So that's going to be a lot easier to deal with. And I've done that deliberately for a reason, but all the other stuff has to be filled in. Now, I've done some tentative preparation in advance before I started the live stream. Hello, Jasper. Like before, I'll be in and out getting kids ready for bed. So the first question I want to put forward to you, okay, with this map is this. Hashtag. Why are the player characters infiltrating the fortress? Okay, that is our key thing that we need to be focused on. Is it to rescue somebody? Is it to steal something or take something? Is it to kill, did I say kill somebody? Steal something, rescue somebody? Is it to ensure that we can open up the castle or fortress from the inside to let troops in? Maybe that's what's going on here. Now you'll notice that there's only one level or layer that I'm providing you with, because I see the second level as being just like an open rooftop where troops would run around from the east, south, north and west walls to cover locations, and maybe there are some armory sheds on the top of it for storing stuff, or more importantly, maybe the top of the castle itself or fortress has got artillery units mounted on it that can fire a long distance to hit troops. Now you might be thinking, a castle or a fortress with only 2 levels is not a fortress or a castle. But in fact, most castles back in the day only had about 2 or 3 levels. It was quite normal for them to only have a few levels. I know there are lots of pictures out there that indicate that they have multiple levels and you could do something like that. But traditionally, most fortresses and castles were only a 2-level or 3-story affair. That's it. Crap, where is the adventure type list you were talking about a few months ago? Oh, okay. So yeah, I don't think we've necessarily covered the idea of infiltration yet, but we'll see. So I'm going to show you the document that I have prepared. I will be jumping back and forth from chat while I'm doing this, but this is how we lay things out when we do this, and that is we name a location. Once we've named the location, we need to get some descriptive ideas and like what's there. So this is how we do it. So area number. So if you put forward some ideas, and I suggest you do, because I include a lot of people's ideas in these. Include the area number on the map that you want to fill out. What is there? So that's a description. Okay, and then we go from there. So what is there? The description, and then you can have other things on top of that. So you might have monsters. Okay, furniture. Well, furniture is sort of covered in the description, isn't it? Traps, which is a major thing. Hazards, if you feel like a hazard is more important. Treasure might be a factor. NPCs, we want to have somebody to talk to. NPC. Puzzles, if there's a puzzle element to it. Puzzles, etc. So that's sort of our basic structure. Okay, now that I've explained all that, let us go to my document. We'll go from there. So this is what I have prepared in advance. I have also prepared a lot of location descriptions just in case people get stuck or I wind up pretty much doing all the work, which usually doesn't happen in these, but it can. So fortress infiltration, the adventure. Now we don't have the adventure hooks yet, but this is a location-based adventure. We're basing it off an actual map, right? So we're not changing the map, we're sticking with the map. We build from there. So we'll come back and we'll do adventure hooks later. Wandering monsters. This castle probably should have wandering monsters. So having a wandering monster table in here is going to be pretty important. This here doesn't currently have one, but we can fix that. We'll come back. Main features of our fortress would be here. If there's anything that's sort of, you know, it's probably well lit, like that the fortress is well lit. The fortress is well lit with candles, and what else? And lanterns and lamps. Giving bright light. Something like that. Okay. Okay, so area locations, we haven't got anything here, but you'll notice 15 through to 20 has been marked as cells. I've marked cell 20 or area 20 as an empty cell. Why? Because sometimes some rooms are empty, and I think it would make sense to possibly have an empty cell. You know, like you don't have to fill every single cell with a prisoner of some kind or a dead body or whatever it might be. So that's why I put that there. So I have a bunch of information here: front gate, courtyard, barracks, all sorts. Armory. It's a fortress or castle. An armory vault is pretty much the same sort of thing. I feel like they can be compressed. A war room, maybe a chapel. Castles tended to have that sort of thing. A really big castle might have a library. We might not include something like that, but we could. A laboratory, you know, could, I suppose. Torture chamber would make sense. Prison cells, we've already sort of got that mostly covered because that we've got some allocated locations for that. That makes sense. Some really small rooms, that's a prison cell. Guard posts, storage rooms, of course, maybe a warlock or a wizard or a mage or sorcerer's chambers. A bestiary, maybe you keep vicious beasts inside the castle, although I feel like you're better to keep them outside the castle. Training room, training grounds, a vault for keeping stuff, jewels, treasury, you know, a vault treasury. Maybe there's a room that acts as a watchtower. And I have put a location in here that does look a lot like a sort of an overview from the castle. Or fortress. A mess hall. Now the mess hall or the great hall or the throne room could all be one thing, and that would probably be quite smart. A vault of souls. Like this fortress could be something that is a product of a dragon. There's a big enough central room that we could stick a dragon in here, and you'll notice all the passageways are 10 feet wide, like they're the 2 squares wide. So there's room for the dragon to move through, but there are doors. So now we've got to decide, does that make sense? Or the simple thing is to simply put a hole in 26, this big central room, for the dragon to come and go, like if that's what you wanted to do. So then what would be living around that large dragon if we wanted to have a dragon? Okay, now back to where I was. We have, say, an inner sanctum, maybe a quiet room, a secret garden. So there's a couple of things here, but that's not an exhaustive list. I think we can probably get started and deal with our front gate. And I'll just go here and take this and go cut. And the front gate, I believe, is area 1. It should be area 1. And I've put either side, 3 and 4 are probably archer posts or guard posts, guard rooms. That seems pretty sensible. So we'll just drop that in for now. And maybe we won't call this the front gate. A massive iron branded gate set into a 20-foot high stone wall. Okay, 2 guard towers flank the gate, each with an archer's slit. So although it may not look like there are archer slits from it, they actually work in the gate is made up of 2 gates. There's 2 layers of gate here that we're dealing with, and I'm going to show you in the map in a second in area 1, but that's sort of the beginning of what we're going here. And we've got some hatches above that allow us to drop stuff down on individuals, the murder holes, really. Okay, so that's the beginning of our first part, and we'll put here treasure ? But we also need to put down our NPCs or our monsters. Now we're infiltrating, so we might have to bribe our way in here. So I will put down here monsters ? But I'll also put down here NPCs, because subterfuge, deception with something like this probably makes a lot of sense. Okay, so that's bold underline. NPCs. We really should have some NPCs that we can talk to so we can get past the gate. And treasure, what you can pick up and take with you. Doesn't have to be gold and magic items, could be anything. So there's sort of a basic structure to begin with, and we'll see what else other people come up with. I'm going to keep jumping back and forth and doing this as I go, depending on people's feedback and your ideas. Okay. I will also include, I should include the Discord link, don't I? Because if I include the Discord link, then people can go to the map and access it straight from there if you haven't done this before with me. I know a lot of you have, but if there are new people, they wouldn't be necessarily aware of the Discord. So we will drop that in there as well, and that will help me mark where I'm up to, since Jasper's working hard right now, I can see. We have Nacho in here, cool. So Jasper is a patron, by the way, and so is Nacho Man. Because of the docks, I'm thinking the PCs are part of a Avon team prior to a sea-based invasion. They're like the Navy SEALs or something. So Jasper, all Dungeons and Dragons and small groups that go adventuring are Navy SEALs. They're basically SAS, the version of the New Zealand SAS or the European SAS, or Navy SEALs, US Navy SEALs. So, yeah. They're going to weaken the forces. Okay, so weaken the forces. So Navy SEALs, so special forces, gone to weaken the... okay, so I just need to undo that bit. And the characters are special forces going to weaken the fortress defenses. No, I use that. That's cool. All right. Well, there is literally an adventure hook right there. That's the basic focus, right? We've already kind of got that done, which is great. Cool. Right. What else do you got here? Moving through the chat. You just popping in. Is lunchtime for you? Cool. Right. 15. Spy cell. Like it. Previous spy is housed there and set to be executed the next day. Rescuing the spy will reveal some part of information that changes the nature of the overall start of the war. Okay, pretty good. So that means I need to add in my a contribution as well, don't I, Jasper? So I will do that in a second. Just give me a second. I'll just drop your idea in. So 15. And paste. Spy cell. Is there anything else that I need to drop in, and I'll keep going? Information could be determined during the brainstorming phase we are conducting now. Yep, absolutely. Maybe the information the people in the fortress have known of the impending attack for some time, and now the PCs have to escort the spy who are. Okay. Except yes, superiors because they are actually working against the invasion force. Well, there's a lot going on there. There's a lot of brainstorming going on there. Okay, so I'm going to drop in this again, and I'm going to work on Jasper's idea, tidy it up, clean it up a little bit, and then I'm going to put in my own idea, and I recommend have a good gawk at that map before it disappears just for a little bit, and we'll go from there. So we have our cell, our spy cell. So spy cell. Did you say 15 or 16? I think you said 15. Oh, I can't remember. Was it 15 or 16? I think it was 15. Maybe I put it in the wrong place. Did I put it in the wrong place? It probably doesn't matter. I mean, ultimately, it probably doesn't matter that much. But I'm pretty sure you said... Oh, you did say 15. You did say 15. Okay. We'll move it over to 15. Okay. I can do that pretty quickly. That's not too hard. Take that. Cut. 28, 28. Cell. 15, 16, here we go. Okay, that's better. And we're just going to make sure we don't balls up some of this, which we could possibly do if we're not careful. Cell B. And this is the spy cell. Okay. Alright, so we bold and underline this bit. Bold, underline. And we have a previous spy is housed there and set to be executed the next day. So this is really a GM note rather than a description of the cell itself. So a GM note. We don't have the name of the spy, so we will have to come back to that. Yeah, rescuing spy will reveal some type of information. That changes the nature of the overall start to our war. Okay. All right. So we haven't been very specific about that, but that's not really a huge problem. Treasure. Will they find hay or poo? I mean, the treasure might simply be information. It could well be that, but maybe there's something else. Okay, so we're going to put that there. We probably need to have an NPC, so we'll put here NPC information. And we'll come back to that, so we'll make a note for that one. This GM note might be part of that process. Let's take a little bit of information from somewhere else and see if we can't build out a sort of a basic prison cell description. The prison cells, rows of iron bar cells, mostly containing prisoners in various states of health. The smell is strong here. So we get rid of this. We don't really need that. Strong smells are fine, but let's go with this bit here. This is really all we need. and we go copy. We'll take that up here, and we'll put in a very basic description of that location. An iron door, with a C, with a small barred window, okay. So has a dirty humanoid sitting in the corner of the tiny room. Okay. We'll take this, go here, cut that out there now. I don't think we need it. We'll put this somewhere else. We might come back to this. Paste that there for now. Okay, so and iron straw, dirty straw, and feces. And feces. No, that's not right. Feces. Feces is scattered across the floor with a barrel of dark colored water. There we go. There's not an awful lot scattered. I think that's fine. Take that, come back here a little bit. Okay, so that's our cell 1. So that is your contribution. I better do something else too, right? So I was talking about various locations. We've done like a very quick write-up of the front gate, which we could probably do a better job of, but we'll come back to that in a second. So let's do another thing. Let's deal with, so area 2 is like another entrance, barred double doors, basically. That's barred double doors. So we're going to have some barred double doors. So we'll put here the rear gate. Rear gate, tall, black metal doors, double doors are closed tall black metal double doors are closed. Doors are fitted into a stone wall. Okay. And GM note, let's do that. The double doors are locked and require a key key or key. Do we want a key? Opening it from the outside is probably not the thing. What we want to do is we want to put a bar on the inside, because the rear door is really only supposed to be used when you're trying to escape. So let's change that and forget about, there's no unlocking this from the other side. So you'd have to use some sort of magic to get past the door. If you can pass through that or go under, I guess. The double doors are locked from the inside with a thick iron bar. Okay, so that's makes it clear that we are not going to get past that easily. There is also a trap set on the door to deliver a electric bolt of electrical energy if opened from the outside. Okay, that's a pretty simple sort of breakdown for the rear gate, but that's that. Put out a GM note. Won't write anything else in high detail. I just want to get the basics there, and then we'll go from there. So treasure, there may be something that they can grab from that location, there may not, we'll see. Okay, so that's that one. 3 and 4, okay, we'll probably wind up doing that next. But anyway, so back to this. So there's your rear gate, and I mean, we can put in other details, we can always change that up. So if you want to put in your own twist on it, by all means do so. Ooh, 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 ooh. Oh, Fred Huber's here. Okay, we're back. Yep, I'll put in murder holes, no problems. I can add that, no problems whatsoever. You reckon 7 is an animated armor trap. There are 2 sets of armor and an alcove either side of a hallway. Okay, all right, I can see that. One main gate, murder holes above area between 3 and 4, and the 2 towers with archers run each to operate the gates. So we'll take this. This is it. So Fred Huber is including stuff for area 1. I'll go to area 1. I think this is a GM note rather than an NPC. So let's put in here GM note. Notes, and I will just add that in now. Paste. Bold, bold, bold. Okay. Murder holes are set above the area between the 2 gate towers. Bracket area 3 and 4. Let me just see. I think I'm going to switch over so you can see what I'm doing. I will come back to this. Okay, 3 and 4. Full stop. The gate towers have 2 archers and a runner in each. Okay. The gate towers have 2 archers. 2 archers and a runner in each. The runners operate the gate doors. Okay. Again, they need to be able to get in, so we need to put some NPCs in here, some guards in the front that allow them, that they have a chance to communicate with them to get through. I mean, that's going to be one of the key things we need to consider. Um, so what we'll put here too is yeah, well, I think that's right. Okay, that's cool. We'll bring that back over to our map, and I'll keep cutting and pasting, I guess. What else do we got here? Our doors cannot be opened at the same time. Okay, so you want to make sure that they cannot be opened at the same time, so that the idea being you can't just let in a huge number of troops all at once. Okay, I see where this is leading. I get what you're trying to do here. Doors. The inner and outer doors cannot be opened at the same time. Okay, I've got that. That's fine. What else have you got here? I like to have a relatively simple idea like this to start from, so that many of the areas worked towards revealing their setup to the players through the emergent play. Absolutely. Look, when we do location-based adventures, it's all about emergent play. Emergent play is the story and the adventure and the plot and everything is created by the players by presenting interesting obstacles in their way. That's ultimately all it is. So we want to put some animated armor here. It's not so much a trap. I feel like well, I suppose it could be considered a trap. But Area 7, let's do Nacho's idea. And so this will be Area 7. The armor alcoves. Paste. Okay, so we need to have some sort of description. 2 small alcoves. Alcoves. 2 small alcoves. Are set on either side of a wide hallway. The suits, no, not the suits of shiny, full plate armor are standing in the recesses. Holding a halberd. Okay. Full plate. Put a monster here. That's our monster. And animated armor. Activate and attack anyone who doesn't speak the code word before passing by. So 2. Okay, so let's just get rid of this bit here then. Did I just move something around? Yeah, I did. So that A should be going down. Right, there we go. And then, so this is monster, bold. We need a GM note. GM note. The code word is question mark. I don't know what it is. Somebody can figure it out. And that won't be me right now. And then treasure might actually be the suits of armor. We could do that. Suits of armor, maybe. I don't know. So we go underline and bold this. Underline and bold. Am I doing this right? Yep, I am. Monster, GM note, treasure. So a simple puzzle, we just need a code word for them, and that really makes that one little section pretty much done. Okay, all right. Now I would do my own little creation, but I know that everybody else is chucking in a lot of information, so I'm just going to try to keep up with you. So back to the map. And we need to decide who is the main, like, who really looks after this place. There's got to be someone, right? Hashtag. Hello, Derp. Derp is a patron. Hello, Byron Lee. How are you doing? I think also a patron, if I remember right. I can't remember. Hashtag. Whose fortress is this? Does it have a dragon in it? I mean, it doesn't need to be the dragon's fortress, but it might be that there is a dragon in it. We could do that. That would be fine. I have no problems with that. And does it have a dragon in it? There we go. There's my question to you. Going back. Now I just got to find where I was up to. Yes, I'm aware. The problem with an animated armor trap or animated armor is players always assume that they are animated armor if they're experienced enough, and they will destroy them as soon as they see them. The ones being invaded here have to set a trap for the invaders, much like the Emperor in the Return of the Jedi. Really? The traps in the fortress are set for a group like the PCs that are being expected. Okay. Do the Modrons or Warforged fit in here? I don't know. I'm just writing down stuff. You guys are telling me stuff. If you give me it in a nice, clear way, then I'll put it in. I'm not going to use Warforged because it's IP, and I don't know if Modrons are IP as well. I think they may be IP, but we can just call them something else, Mechanoid, whatever, you know. Warforged, that's exactly what I was thinking, Fred Huber. I'm thinking these being invaders would have all their squishy bits moving, so they're not. Yes, maybe some sort of undead, extra planet beasts. All right, there's a lot of spitballing going on here. Mechanoids or animated armor. Animated armor we can stick in there because it's not a copyright thing. So, intelligent animated armor. Oh, you really want to do that? Oh, I'll do that. Okay, 2 intelligent. Animated armors. Activate. Okay. You asked for it. You got it. The hat comes off. My brain is starting to go. I'm trying to think of at least 2 other things that could help the players discover the whole fortress is a trap. 11. Where is 11 anyway? 11. Now 11 is kind of an overlooks outwards, so it's. Is it supposed to be? I mean, how's the best way to describe this? It's a little bit hard to describe what 11 kind of looks like, but somebody's done something. Piers overlooks the lake or sea with a ship approach. Supply crates for loading. Okay. Yep, I'll give you that. Let's do that. That's probably a good example of what that would be. So, perfect. Let's do that. 11. And I will work on that next. Okay. Dum dum dum. Piers. We'll just call it the pier. And we'll go bold underline. A dock. A stone dock that overlooks the sea, with a ship approaching. Supply crates stacked for loading. Tours of carts and crowbars. There are 6 carts and crowbars. Supply crates are stacked for loading against the fortress walls. Okay, nice, very good. 6. How did I manage to get the word 6 in like that? And it's not okay. There. NPCs. We might have some NPCs here. So let's put NPCs. NPCs. Information. Don't know. Treasure. Don't know. Come back to that. But we're doing all right. That's up here. And go bold. And treasure. Bum, bum, bum. Another one down. Let's grab another thing from your list of things, people. Okay, what have you got next? 10. Jasper's idea. 10 is a trap of some kind. Trapped secular shrine. What's going on with 10 that makes 10? Oh, I see. I see based off the map, it kind of fits. Right. Makes sense. Got it, Jasper. So that's number 10. Or grey ooze, something like that. Okay, all right. Interesting. Have I got everybody in here so far? I think so. All right, let's go back and do 10. I did really try hard not to have so many locations. So for those of the people who are like, Fred, 28 locations, even if they are prison cells, is too much. But yeah. We're not going to call it trapped secular shrine. We're just going to call it secular shrine. And we'll go here. This. Bold. Underline. This room is lower than the rest of the dungeon. If anyone approaches the statue in the northeast corner, a magical trap is activated that fills the room with some type of acid. Acidic gas. I guess what's your... I don't know what... I mean, how much damage do you want this thing to do? Like, you tell me. It's not a dungeon. It is a fortress. We need to describe it. This is a GM note. GM notes. So put in a GM note. Like so. Bold. We could do with a bit more in terms of our description for this location. Approach the statues northeast. Corner magical trap is activated. Fills the room with some type of acidic gas. I don't know. Doing. I don't know. Let's just pick a number. Let's just pick something. 2d8 acid damage. Okay, we want to have something that they can find, and we'll put that in there. Okay, so that's got that bit done. Now I think you had put in another note for this location, but I don't remember what it is. That's all good. I keep going. Next, or a grey ooze. Okay. 3 and 4 runners also operate the boiling oil pots to dump them on unwanted guests through the murder holes. Okay. So really, what we're dealing with is, I guess, what's the best way to say this is probably it's a guard post. Really, I mean, it's a tower. It's Tower A, Tower B, Tower 1, Tower 2. Let's see. Runners operate the boiling oil dumps. Yes. So we need to make sure we include a note for this. I think this is under general location information. It's probably where that needs to be. I think that's what you're trying to say here. So let's go here. Also operate the boiling oil pots to dump them on unwanted guests through the murder holes in area 1. I believe that's correct. Okay, write that down. Next. Hidden pit trap, DC 19, dexterity saving throw for the first hit off. 1d12 falling damage on a failed save. Where are we putting the hidden pit trap? Where's the pit trap going? I don't know. You said you're talking about a pit trap, but I don't know where you want to put this. It's a little bit hard to know what to do with it if I don't have like where's an appropriate place to stick it. So yeah, give me ideas by all means, people, but please give me an idea of where you want it to go. Like it's all right. Okay, and I'm not hard and fast on making this 5e rules, by the way, so 15 through to 20 looks like individual guard quarters. No, 15 to 20 is they are cells. Those are intended to be prison cells. Okay, I said that at the very beginning, but you weren't here. Prison cells. So let me go over what I envisage this map being. 26, I think, is the Great Hall. It's the mess hall, it's the meal hall, it's the dining room, it's the throne room. It does probably everything. Something is in there. Is it a dragon? Is it just the monarchy or the baron or the whatever it is who lives here? I don't know. You decide that. Whatever is most interesting. I had put out an image of on the thumbnail of a dragon coming through some double doors, and I thought that would be a fun thing to do. It's pretty cliche, but you know, we don't have to have just a dragon. We can have whatever the heck you want, but you know, if you're playing Dungeons and Dragons, it makes sense, and dragons they're cool, right? But also then we have our entrance at 2. We have an entrance at 1, which is the main, the front entrance. We've got the rear entrance at 2. We have essentially what now is 11 as a dock. We've got some various locations here that we need to fill out. We've done 7. We've started doing some of the cells in 15 to 20. So it's just a matter of determining what else we want to put in here. And I'm going to do my very best to just grab as many of your ideas as I can. A rat crawls through a small gap in the wall. If the PCs can shrink or become mist form, they may pass through to. What are we talking about here? I mean, I get what you're saying, but I don't know. What am I supposed to do with that, Derp? Where am I putting that? Where am I putting it? Okay, all right. Okay, spitballing right now, I can see. All right, let's keep going. This might be one of those days where we get very little done. Anyway, let's keep going. But I was thinking the same thing. I'd put the guards nearest to the entrances. Yes, and there should be guards like 12. There should be guards in 12, not outside in 2, because you wouldn't put your guards outside the door. That's why you put a trap on it and bar it. But definitely 12 should have some sort of guard setup going on. Now close up activate if the person passing does not have the specific talisman. Oh, you want to have a specific talisman. So that means that they don't have to... Well, that's actually a smart way of doing it, Fred Huber, because now they don't have to learn the code word. They just need to find a talisman on one of the fortress guards, because all of the fortress guards are probably going to be wearing a talisman so they don't get attacked. And as long as the players realize they need to take one with them, they'll be all right. What type of talisman is it? That's the question. That's the question, isn't it? So, no, but I like the idea. I think that's a very nice fix for solving the problem of getting past that that little problem there. So yes, let's do that for sure. Activate and attack anyone who doesn't have a special talisman before passing by them. The talisman is something. Okay, cool. I'm all for that. That's good. We've included that. That's done. Let's keep going. Same thing. Putting the guards nearest to the entrances. Every guard should be wearing a talisman of some kind. Yes. Okay. How about 20 and 19 are a rat lair? We can put rats in a cell. Like, you can put some rats in a cell if you like. You just got to decide if that's what you're doing. If you track the rats from the outside while they are probing the interior defences. I don't know what we're dealing with here. You've lost me, people. The leader of the fortress is the Grand High Poobah. Poobah. Really? Of poo. Yeah. No. 8 teleportation circle rooms. 4 guards. What are we talking about here? Oh, 8 is a teleportation circle room. Oh, okay. All right, I'll read that. Yeah. That makes sense based off the map. It works. Yeah, I can see that. Let's do that. With 4 guards. 8. Yeah, that is 8. Teleportation chamber. And we're going to put that there. Teleportation circle. And red and blue runes is embedded into the stone floor. Okay, 4 guards. 4 guards stand in the corners of the room. Okay. What are they? I don't know. You'll tell me. So monsters, something, treasure. Okay, so I'm writing up your little bit into a little bit more. We'll flesh it out a little bit as much as we can, but that's bold underline. We've got that. We've got that description. We've got our monsters. We don't know what they are, what those guards are. Maybe somebody will decide what the guards are in 18. Maybe you won't. Maybe worry about it later on. Let's just keep going. It looks bad, doesn't it? When you look at it, it's like, oh, geez, there's so many gaps, and we're almost an hour in, but that's all right. This happens. It happens. I knew it was going to be a hard push. Anyway, 9. 9 is a secret spell component storage area. High value components being stashed in preparation for creating a cloning vessel. Ooh. Oh, we got cloning going on. All right. 8. The Kayad column guards the door to 9. What? I am the Karakid column guards the I'm lost there. I'm lost. You got me confused. Okay, so let's just take the secret thing. We have a secret room in 9, so paste this, and we'll put here secret. Can I do the secret room? And let's do that. Okay, secret room, bold, underline, bold, underline. Okay, a small secret, a small spell storage, closet, GM notes. It's a GM note. Okay, let's do that. The secret door to the let's call it the spell. Okay, the component let's call it component closet. A small spell component storage room. Chamber. With shelves and with shelves covered in bottles, jars, and small boxes. Okay. The secret door to the spell component room is hard to find and can only be opened with a knock spell or similar magic, something like that. I don't know. That'll do for now. Next, treasure. And we can come back to that because we can put all sorts of things in here. Not necessarily magic items, but things that they can take and use and blow themselves up with. So, yes. Cool. That's that then done. We're doing all right? Okay, next thing on my cards. Okay, I'm actually not as far behind as I thought I was. Thank God for that. We're into an hour, and out of all the locations we needed to do, we actually done quite a few. And you guys are ahead of me, so that's something. That's always a good thing too. Okay. Let's keep the flow of this going. So I'll keep prompting and keep going. Paste. Okay. 9. See Victoria's. No. 11. 11. So you said 11. 11 treasure is what is decided to be in the supply. Is what is decided to be in the supply crates. Yes, I know, but that doesn't tell us what it is there. 28. Location 28 is just fine. We got this, brother. Okay, 28 locations. Okay. 12. Here we go. Jasper's got 12 covered. Looks like it might work better for the teleportation room. 8 block access through the dungeon. Number 8 blocks access through the dungeon. No, let's keep going. Secret cell. Okay. Here we go. So we've got a cell. A captive was held and forgotten until they starved to death. The prisoner engaged in anti-cannibalism will become a ghost, possesses a player trying to force them to eat themselves. Auto-cannibalism. Okay, all right. So we'll take your... Let's take your 9, and I'm going to just make it 19 instead of 9, because 9 is... I like the idea of it being a spell component, sort of... That's good. We'll do that. So we're going to include 9. 19 is... Your 9 is now 19. And I'm just going to write this in such a way that it kind of comes together. So... So a rotting corpse. A rotting corpse is stretched out on the floor. GM notes. Let's go here, bold. I think that's correct, yes. We're going to call this the forgotten cell. Rather than cell E, it's not quite as interesting. Okay. A wooden and iron banded door with no window, no door window, or hatch. Inside the dusty smelly cell is a smelly, that's not smelly, that's smelly smell is a rotting corpse stretched out on the floor. Okay, we've got this. Bold. GM notes, done that. A captive was held and forgotten until they starved to death. It was held and forgotten until they starved to death. The prisoner engaged in... The captive was held and forgotten until they starved to death. Becoming a ghost. Okay, cool, got that. A captive was held and forgotten until they starved to death, becoming a ghost. Right, so you've got information here. Is it information that you would ever find out? I'm just thinking if it's necessary to include this. The prisoner engaged in okay, so here we go. We've got that. We're going to have an NPC information. I don't know what the name of the NPC is, or the ghost, but I'm sure we'll get to there. The prisoner engaged in eating parts of themselves before dying. The prisoner ate parts of themselves before dying. Okay. The ghost possesses a character to try and force them to eat themselves. Okay, it's pretty dark, but we've got it. That forgotten cell has become a big issue, isn't it? Look at that. now you've got a problem. Let's go back to our map and pick something else. 21. 21 is guard barracks. Yeah, 21 is guard barracks. Is 21 a guard barracks? I suppose it could be. Yeah, it could be guard barracks. Officers' quarters, common room, 24. Yeah, maybe. Okay. I'll take these basic ideas. We'll truck them in. See where we go with this. I've got to do a bit of catching up, don't I? Still. Guard barracks is 21. Paste. Still means I've got to do a description and other stuff, but yeah, I see what you're trying to do. You're trying to lay out some stuff now, aren't you? Officers' quarters, 22. Okay. We haven't determined whether we're dealing with a monstrous creature that is here or we're dealing with humans. I'm all for let's go monstrous, but whatever sort of works for you. It might be fun to do something a little bit off the beaten path. Guard common room, 24. Sure. Guard common room. And you said 24, didn't you? Sure. I'm just going to put them here as placeholders. If somebody comes up with a better idea, they'll get moved. Anyway, 28. You think 28 should be the post commander's quarters? Okay. Okay, I see. We're going to call this post commander's quarters. Yeah, I can see that. It's basically a war room, isn't it? So 27 would be a war room. Yeah, okay. What else did you have here? Working my way through the list. So, move my suggestion of 9 secret cell to 25 if it isn't used yet. 25? What is 25? 25. Oh, I see. 25. You want it 25. Oh, I see what you're trying to do here. It's a room off from all the other cells that would have been forgotten. And make the door a secret door because 9 was already used. Okay, so yep, no, I can do that. 25 is a small, could potentially be a small cell that's off from the rest of them, and you would probably, I mean, it was possibly could have been forgotten. So yeah, okay, that could work. Let's do that. 27 is a war room, so I think I've got a war room that I can transplant, so I will. Copy, cut, and 27, paste. Okay, so I'll come back to that in a second. Working my way through this. Okay, like I'm leaving the map up, and I'll bring us back to the other thing. But right now, okay, the forgotten cell really needs to be something else now, doesn't it? Cut, and we're putting into 25 because 25 is way the heck over there. Yep, that works. Cool. Carrier column is a monster that looks like a statue and generally wields a sword. Circular room could allow no safe spot from the sword being swung. Oh, I didn't realize it was a monster. I've never heard of it before. You got me confused, but that now I know what it is, and that would be in the be an 8, wouldn't it? Paste. The 4 guards are okay. Okay, I've done it. It's in. You got it. Have been a high value prisoner kept separately from the others. Yeah. The secret door only opens if the teleportation circle is set to transport to a specific other circle. Okay. I'm not sure how that's supposed to. I'm trying to figure out how to write that as a description into here. Okay. All right. So let's give you a quick rundown, I think, of where we are currently at. I know you guys have already done a bunch of other stuff already, but I think it's time to do a quick update as to what we're up to. Hashtag what areas are left. Um, 29. We don't have a 29. I'm pretty sure there's no 29. There shouldn't be. Should be only 28. There's no 29. Did I include a 29? Now you have me worried. I'm pretty sure there isn't area 29. Okay, so let me just make a list of all the rooms that are still not done. I don't think we need to worry about 3 and 4. 3 and 4 are pretty obvious. 3, 4, 5, 6. 3, 4, 5, and 6. And I can probably deal with those 3 and 4 pretty easily. They're not hard for me to put together. I can do them. 12, 13, 14. 12, 13, and 14. And we have cell 16, 17, 18, 19. Okay, so then we've got a whole bunch of cells. 20. 16, 17, 18, 19. 20 is an empty cell. We don't have really a description for that location, but I don't think that's going to be a big issue. 23, 26. 23, 26. 26 is an important location. Okay, now that I've done that, put that in. Let's have a look and see if there's anything else I need to take from here. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, 28. 28. Skeleton of a young girl, possibly 9 to 12, in some form of uniform, lays here with a string tied to a finger leading to a floating sphere. What the heck are you doing here? What's going on here, Fred Huber? Oh my God! Did you put a beholder in here, an eye torrent? You've been on an eye torrent fetish recently. I have noticed. Okay, all right. Let's take this. That's very dark. Very, very dark. Okay. Something like this. Paste. A young girl. And we wouldn't know it was a young girl. A small skeleton. Dressed in a let's say a silver coloured uniform, lays on the tiled floor with a string tied to a finger leading to a floating sphere. Okay, alright, so be it. We now have a very strange situation here. We don't have all our description here, but that's alright. We'll come back to it. And then, I don't know what treasure we're going to put here, but I'll just do that for now. And do that. Bold, underline, treasure, come back to that later. Probably need a little bit more of description of that location and a bit more explanation of what's going on. We have a war room. Somebody suggested a war room in 27, so we put one there. A large table dominates the room, covered with maps and miniature figures representing troops. The walls are adorned with banners. Are adorned with banners, maps, and trophies. Okay, and then we'll do this. Treasure. Okay, so we've got a description, done that. Okay, what am I doing next? So to give you an idea of how we've been doing, we've got a bit of this covered. It's not as bad as it looks. I mean, there are some holes here, but we're actually doing pretty well considering the amount of the locations and the time frame we're dealing with. So it's not the end of the world. Okay, cool. The sphere is a beholden warning for a girl and will attack any intruder. So this is a GM note that I will add to that area. Okay. GM note. Fine with that. Let's go here. Paste. The sphere is a eye torrent. And warning for a girl and will for a dead girl and will attack any intruders. There's a story behind that, but we don't know what it is, obviously. I'm sure we'll find out more later on. Anyway, let's go here. I think that's right. Bold that. Okay, sweet. Okay, so I've done a little bit of tidy up with this and added your little piece in. Okay, so that has been done. And next, maybe make all the guards and archers undead if we've got a monstrous creature here. Well, again, I mean, it depends on what we want to make the main focus of this. Do you know what I mean? Metal monsters, Jester's lair. Okay, all right. I'm going to add in Jester's lair. Jester's lair is 29. Okay. Is 6 being used? Area 6 is, I don't believe Area 6 is being used. No, Area 6 is free. Okay. Move my skeleton girl and beholder there if it is available. Oh, okay. All right, so you don't want to be... All right, so that's fine. Okay, so now I'm moving it around. Here we go. Yep. Going into a whole lot of... All right, so this that I thought was going to be there is no longer there. It's going somewhere else. Okay. Question mark. We'll deal with that later. And we'll go here. And go cut. Cut. Okay, that's better. And then... 6. Where is 6 anyway? 6 is, oh, okay. It's sort of off to the side. We don't really, I mean, we don't even know what sort of room it is, do we? It's sort of 6 is what? What is 6? Okay. Paste. Honestly, not sure what that should be. I mean, cool, blimey. Chapel, library. No, probably not. We probably should have a torture chamber in here somewhere. You know, we've got prison cells, so we probably should have a torture chamber. We don't have a treasure. Oh, well, do we have a treasure vault? Watchtower, mess room, throne room. Okay, so I'm just going to pull all that together. Inner sanctum. What is it? What is it? What is it going to be? Gosh. Is it a nursery? Is it a library? I don't know. I think I'll come back and decide that later. Let's see. Keep going. The girl was the daughter of some ruler, and the beholder is the post commander. Okay, I see. In a story developed elsewhere, I have a write-up. Oh, good lord. Here we go. All right, so I can't nail that down to anything, can I? We've got 2 ideas. Okay, keep going. I like the girl in 6th. That was her guest room. She was visiting. So this is a guest room. Okay. All right. You want a guest room. Six is a guest room. Bedroom. Guest bedroom. Okay. And yeah, something like that. Something like that. Bold, underline. A little bit of moving around again. That's that. It's not on it. Okay. Yeah, okay, cool. Okay, so we've got something going on here. Man. This is going to be under GM notes because it would not be obvious any of this information. So, okay, paste. Okay. Some of the. Was the tyrant is the post commander. Okay, all right. Getting there. We're doing all right. The girl and beholder on a story somewhere. Blah 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 blah. Of a beholder. In other words, I just imagined it there. Okay. 5 might be her sitting room where the beholder did some nasty to the lady. What? Okay. 26 would be a full war room. No, I don't think so. Why would it be a full war room? Okay, fine. I'm just going to write it myself. I'm writing 26 myself. Yeah, here we go. I've been waiting long enough, so I'm just going to do it myself. We've got a war room already, and we're talking about another war room. Why are we talking about another war room, Jasper? We've done a war room already. We're going backwards, not going forwards. Okay, so where is war room, throne rooms, vault, mess hall? Here we go. This is what I want. This is the thing. Throne room, this thing. This, I want to take all of that, cut that out, chuck this over here, and that's not what's supposed to happen, but apparently it did, so I will fix that. And we go down, 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 down. Did I get it far enough? Yes, I did. Okay. And not the mess hall, we're just going to call it the Great Hall. Great Hall. And a roaring fire in the hearth. Smell fills the air. High ceilings. Okay, so. Okay, so a grand. I guess we can go with grand. Let's put a grand chamber with ceilings and high ceiling with high ceilings and several long tables, benches. Okay, so we're going to break this into 2 sentences. So we need to not get too carried away with trying to communicate too much information, because that's what I'm trying to do now, aren't I? So let's get rid of this. That's that. Ceiling. Okay, grand hall. Let's get rid of that. Go cut. Grand hall. Bracket. Paste. Lined with banners, tapestries covered in scenes of battle. Grand chamber lined with banners and tapestries covered in scenes of battle. A high ceiling. Painted murals. Brightens the room. While several long tables, benches, and a roaring fire. And the heath. It's the thrones. Okay, something like that. Okay, so this is, we'll take this. I think that's right. Yeah, could do this. Let's go cut. Okay. Okay, great hall line with windows. Yes, a high ceiling painted with murals brightens the room, while several long tables. Space. This is getting quite long. This is the only thing I'm not too keen on. Let's put this here. Paste. And the center first. Yeah, no, let's get rid of this. I don't think we need that. What's that? I don't know. Treasure. Something like this. Sheesh. That's that. Bold. Done. Okay. Bold underline. All right. Now stick something there if you want to. But yeah, I've taken it. I put something there. It's done. Let's go to the next thing. Okay. Here we go. Are we doing? We're doing pretty well, if you ask me. There's a lot to cover. How much time have I got? Okay, we're still doing all right. Okay, so copy. Okay, keep going. Down. I think we are doing really, really well. I mean, it's a lot to get done in a short space of time, and there was a little bit of a creative separation going on a little while ago, so I've kind of made an executive decision. Note my read off the beholder post. Yes, okay, yes, I know you've done the beholder on the Discord. Yes, that's fine. Add to Jasper's idea. 16. Large library of books. Touched bookworms that are out from between the pages, transformed into a purple worms. Okay, so 26. You want to build on that. I like the idea, the library idea. We just need to put it somewhere else because 26 is not the library anymore. 26 is not a library. Fortress, let's just find a place to stick our library, and it can be. Where can it be? Well, library could be 23. 10 is already done. Pretty sure. 23. What else could be a library? Library 13 wouldn't make a bad library either, although it's sort of like an interim room. What else? What else could be a 14? Could be a library. It's a bit close. I feel like we definitely need to have a torture location, and it needs to be close to those cells. So let's put 13 as a is that a library? Does it make sense? 15 wouldn't really be a library. 23 wouldn't really be a library. It doesn't really make sense either. Yeah. We don't have a lot of space to be shoving these things, so I have to think about that more. I'm not against the idea. I think the idea of the library. Yeah. Again, I'm going to have to think a little bit more about how it's going to work. We are actually running out of locations to stick things. Would you believe it? Believe it or not, it can happen. Like 20 as a war. We're at Leah 20. What's 20? Where's 20? I can't even remember what 20 was. 20. Oh, so we're at Leah. Jasper, they're all prison cells. 15 to 20 is we can put a we're at in there. We can put a we're at in the prison cell. So I'm fine with putting a we're at in 20. No, it's not a problem. If you're going to have anybody locking up a we're at a thing to do, let's just put it in 19. Let's just put it there. And let's just put here, I don't know, what would you call it? Lycanthrope cell. Let's call it that. How's that? How's that sound? And then bumsies. Let's do that. And so we'll put a we're at in that cell there. Paste. Oh, come on. Seriously? Stop that. Stop it. Stop it. There we go. We're at prisoner. We're at prisoner. We'll put a we're at prisoner in there. Okay, got that. Phew. Let's keep going. The dead girl must be a string leading to the beholder, so it's like she's got a balloon. I know what you're going with this. Yeah, the girl's uniform is from the Druid Scouts. I'll take mummy. Good Lord, Fred. So if the eye torrent is in 16, then the treasure in 27, 28 would be true information for where the defenders are positioned. I don't know. I'm assuming the information that they're seeking in terms of true position should be in the war room in 27. Would it not? Would that not be where you would store it? I would imagine that's the most logical place to stick it, Jasper. So let's just say that's where it is. We've solved a lot of our problems. The war room. And I'll just make a GM note here. And that will cover that. All right, here we go. So paste. The true information about where the fortress troops will be positioned is marked on the maps laying on a table. There we go. That is a GM note. So we have established that this is what you were trying to work in. So that has been done. It's done. 15. What number 5? 5 is the remains of the ladies in waiting. Hints at whatever abilities I don't know. You've lost me again. Like 15 is a sort of in between room, so it's not. I'm not sure what we're doing there. Okay, all right, let's keep going. 6, treasure. The girl's hat makes a plate of 4 cookies with a glass of milk 4 times a day. Really? Yeah. Really? Yeah. Yep, really. That's what happens. Yeah. All right, lighthouse. What else have we got here? I'm gonna see. I'm gonna have to write down most of it myself. Okay, here we go. I would like. I wouldn't think war rooms would be 10 foot by 30 foot unless in a bunker. Um, why? Why not? Why not? I mean, it's basically. I mean, it's not. It's not got a lot of space in it. Five. One of the corpses of the lady. It's a fortress. It's basically a castle. So we got to have a great hall, or a throne. Like I mean, the great hall makes much sense, and 26 is essentially should be probably a great hall. A war room, an entire thing in the fortress, and there's one huge room as the war room. Yes. I don't know. Doesn't make sense to me. Okay, next. How can the PCs learn the blood is from the girl? Why would that even be remotely important? If I can figure out how to talk without getting blasted. Ask the blamer if you figure out how to talk without getting blasted. Okay, so we obviously got an antagonistic personality trait for the beholder. Move the corpse in 6. Beholder caught the assassin. No, I'm not moving any more things. I'm not moving any more stuff. Okay, I'm just chucking it down and moving on. Okay, here we go. Torture chamber. Yay! Okay, awesome. Fred. Suggestion. Here we go. Kel-Rel. Maybe you could mirror your screen to where you have thumbnail so can see some of the text would be less likely to get lost repeating from rooms I've already done. Yeah, no, it could. Today is a hard yakka because there's limited time and a lot to get done. And we've got a few people who have, and like there's a couple of different narratives. Like Fred's got a narrative. I had a partial narrative, but I'm pretty open to what's could potentially happen. Jasper's got a narrative as well going on here. And so I've got two narratives that are trying to go in two different directions, but I think 14 as a torture location, perfectly fine. It is the spy. Yeah, okay, whatever. Yeah, okay, cool. That's cool. Let's keep going. How much time? We got 5 minutes. It's not a lot. Okay, let's just do that, and let's just zip on over to here. 14. All right, 14. Let's do this. So 14 is a torture location. It's close enough to the cells to make it sense. So let's just do that. We go cut, I guess, something like this. And then 14. Okay, paste. Okay, torture chamber. A grim room filled with various instruments of pain such as iron maidens, racks, and branding irons. Okay, we could add a lot more stuff in here because we've done lots and lots on this sort of thing before. We'll see if that's going to be necessary. The walls are splattered with blood. Pretty good. That'll do. If we need to put more in there, we can. But right now, I'm just going to... Darn it. Don't do this. Don't do this to me. Yes. Release. No, it's done it again. Here we go. All right. So treasure. So we've got that room. Done. More stuff could be there, but I'm not going to worry about it right now. 12 should probably be a guard post of some kind. Or even a courtyard. I suppose it could be a courtyard. Is it big enough to be a courtyard? Is 12 large enough? No, it's not really. It's way too small, and it's inside a castle. Court, like it's essentially a courtyard, open space filled with training dummies and racks. It's not really going to work. Barracks. It's not really a long hall. It's more like a large, but we can take that. We have a troop location, I'm pretty sure. Barracks would be, and I'm pretty sure you named and set it out as guard, guard barracks. There we go. Let's just put that in there. That's easy. A large chamber filled with bunks and chests. The air is thick with the smell of sweat and unwashed bodies. Dear. Forget about the unwashed bodies. The smell of sweat is fine. That'll do. That's all good. So that's that bit. So we've got bold, underline, sweet, treasure. All right. So Jasper, since you have laid out so many different things, it's going to be pretty easy for me to drop and move on pretty quickly, which I'm going to appreciate a lot. We don't have an armory as such. We could include an armory near the rear of this cut. Well, let's just, isn't there a big area? 13 could potentially be a courtyard, couldn't it? 13 could be a courtyard, and that would kind of make sense. I can see that. Let's do that. Training dummies and so forth. It's a big enough area. It's almost large enough to conceivably be something like that. Yeah, I think that could work. Courtyard. Let's take this, cut that, and I believe it's 13. Position, move, shove, and paste. Courtyard. Paste. Space, yes, something like this. Open space filled with large weapon racks. A large well in the centre. Sure. It's very Three Musketeers. For anybody who's watched any of those movies. Here we go. Yep, we can do that. That's fine. And then what's the other thing that we would want to do here? We need to go and I'm not worried so much about the cells at all. The cells aren't really a big issue. What we really need to do is we need to now 23. Could 23 be an armory or something like that? Because we haven't really got an armory as such. Armory, full of racks, weapons. I feel like that courtyard sort of suggests that it could be the armory as well, whereas we could have something else. Didn't somebody say something about a library? Does a library make sense? Prison. Oh, here, guard posts. Storage rooms, warlock chambers, beastry, training ground. No. Vaults. A treasure vault. Do we have a place to stick treasure if we wanted to put treasure? I don't know. Secret garden. I don't know. I don't think that really sort of fits. Okay, let's have a look. Yeah, let's have a look. So guard common room, quarters. We don't really have a kitchen, and I guess that's another. I mean, no, but that doesn't make sense because you would cook most of your food. You didn't really separate everything. If your castle was reasonably small, it wouldn't necessarily have to do that. It could do both. You might eat and cook your food in a common room. Like it might do both. It might have the same. It might have all the gear and equipment to do both of those things. So that's actually not an issue, is it? So really 12, 5, 3, 4, 5, and I can't remember what the heck 5 was. And I think I'm out of time. Anyway. Core Blummy. 23 you reckon 23 would be good as an armory? Except maybe 9? 9, which is a secret location. Yeah. Yeah, I suppose it could. 5. Area 5. What is Area 5? Area 5. Area 5. Area 5 is this strange interim room. It's almost as if, when you think about it, this room is close enough to where most of the troops would be. We've got a courtyard there, training dummies. 15 could be an armory. 15 could be an armory, and that would be fine. You would probably need to have them relatively close. It's a little bit weird that it's so close to a guest room, but you've got to put them somewhere, don't you? 26, 23. We've got 26 covered. 23. Yeah. Okay. I think my brain is fried. I think I'm done in terms of my mental capacity to deal with things. So yeah. Wow. That was hard today. That was quite difficult to get it together. For those of you who felt like it was a bit hard today, it's just me trying to get through stuff. And I set such a difficult task. And when I was trying to set this map up, I was trying to figure out how to make it easier. And I realized even with the tool reduced down to its minimum, that was producing so many locations. And I'm like, okay, lots of locations, but will it matter if there are 5 prison cells, or should I say 6 prison cells? 6 of those locations, it really means there's 22 locations. Not so that was part of where my head was at. But yeah, I think we had sort of a mixed sort of vision for what was going on. It's a bit hard. Look, these things are always quite difficult to do. I always prefer it when we have far less to get done in a short space of time. So yes, we look, 23 and 24 are obviously going to have to be guard posts. 5, I think, could be an armory. An armory. Yeah, it's close enough. I think that's I got stuff I can stick in there, roughly. Next, we've got those sort of done. Alcoves, piers, 12. 12, I haven't really sort of decided what 12 would be. Oh no, it's a guard post of some kind, right? Guard post. It's a guard post. So I know what that'll be. The cells, putting things in the empty in cells, and having prisoners and so forth. One empty cell I think is enough. The other ones, we'll see what we do with them later on. There's only so many different ways you can describe a prison cell. 23 could be, I don't know. Yeah. I think it's just time to put it aside, and I'll come back to it and deal with it some of the day, probably on the weekend, as I often do. Whew. Okay. So look, we did that was a hard task to get through in such a short space of time. And every time we wind up with a different vision, that will always make it a little bit more difficult. We rocked at it. Look, I think we did most of the basic gist of it. And the chances are a few of you, I suspect, will sit down and try to convince me of how it should be laid out. I get the impression that whatever's going on here is going to have eye tyrants or beholders in it. Oh dear. All right. I'm going to get going because I'm supposed to be going to work, and it would be a smart idea to make sure I'm not late. That would be helpful, I'm sure. I'm not even going to say that I'm going to get this up onto Patreon, because the chances are I probably won't. But the good news is I'm only about a week and a half out from going to part-time, which means I will have more time to complete these things. And if I schedule this on a Monday, I don't work on a Monday. So I might be able to run this for longer than 2 hours in the future if I move it to a Monday once I'm not working on a Monday, which means if I need a little bit of extra time to get things done, there's not going to be that big push and rush, and I've got to get it done before I have to go to work. So for those of you who are wondering, is Fred's temperament going to go? Probably, because I'm setting it up that way. Otherwise, I'm going to blow out a blood vessel. Anyway, thank you to everybody who's watching and listening today. Huge thank you to everybody who was taking part in the chat. A lot of ideas. I don't know that we've fully fleshed out and figured out exactly what's going on here, and I'm sure that will develop over time. It usually does, and we'll get there eventually. The open lounge discussions usually help. No, work has to happen because I have to pay bills still. I can only semi-retire, not fully retire. Anyway, so thank you to all of my patrons who support me and everybody who was here today. Sorry I didn't put up a poll. I should have done so. I should have done that at the very beginning. I missed it. It just didn't quite click. Not quite as organized today. Obviously, I'm getting a bit tired, and I need to have a little more time to develop things. Anyway, wherever you are in the world, whether it be the morning, the afternoon, or the night, please look after yourself, your family, and your friends. Be nice to your neighbours. And hey, till next time, keep rolling those 20s.